All right, welcome back to Correctional Officer Stories with Steve. As always, I'm your host. Thanks for tuning in. As you can see by the title, we're just going to talk about a little bit of whatever. Obviously, in the news today, all over the world, we've got this epic pandemic in the COVID-19 virus going around, which is there's several different strains. They're saying that 80% of people who contract it are okay, and they will heal from it. However, the other 20% aren't so lucky. And I think obviously we've heard that if it's affecting the elderly more so than it's affecting any other type of age, and I think that is partly true in the respect that obviously in your 60s and late 60s, 70s, 80s, and you get into your 90s, your body starts to get older, your organs are older, right? You might have some upper respiratory problems, or you might have heart functions or lung functions, or you might have been a smoker for your whole life, or had congenital heart disease, or heart failure, whatever you might have. So obviously, if you get the bad part of COVID-19, the bad strain, it's probably going to take your life, unfortunately, and that's the shitty part. But there's several people that may have had cancer or an autoimmune disease or whatever they have that this COVID-19 affects them as well, and that's really at any age. So I really think it's important to social distance and remain inside. They wouldn't be giving that order if they didn't think it was necessary. So I'm obviously out here in Arizona. I've been busy. This is something that obviously none of us have ever seen before. We didn't know how to react to it. We've implemented several new policies within my organization. So I work in a human resources role within the organization that I'm in. And I work, I do a lot of different things, mainly employee discipline, and we may conduct fact findings, or it may lead into an investigation or what have you. We do a lot of different things, but we've really been working on implementing emergency paid leave and an emergency FMLA plan to help assist our employees in this time of crisis, and help get them through this. And it's just been a really busy time. So that's where I've been, and that's what I've been doing. I've really been focused on that. So I'm going to try to get more videos out and get more things done that I've said I was going to do with my channel. I've just been, as you can see, absent. And hey, I forgot to say, Goon Squad, thank you for checking in, because I know you guys will watch this. I'm hoping to go live. I don't know when. I will be working remotely starting tomorrow for I don't know how long. Like I said, we've got a lot of priorities and things that we still got to get done. There's only 3 on my team now. Unfortunately, one of our teammate members left, so that puts a damper on things. And there's more divisions for myself and the other person to take over, and then we have a benefits liaison that needs our help with the emergency sick leave and FMLA. So it's just a busy time, and things. We're gonna get through this as a country, as a whole, as a nation. We just have to freaking social distance. You won't really know what it's like until it affects you, a family member, or a friend. Basically, somebody that's close to you gets it. And then you're going to wish you freaking socially distanced and you stayed in your home like they said to, unless you just really need to get something essential like food. If you're going to work still, you're going to need gas. There's a million Americans that have been put out of work. They fortunately approved that $4 trillion or $2 trillion stimulus plan that's going to hope stimulate the economy again and put some money back into Americans' pockets. I just think it's going to take too long to get out there. And once most Americans get to 12 or 2,400 plus 500 for an additional kid, I think it's going to be, I don't know if I should say too late, but we're already, way behind the curve. And, obviously we just didn't know how to react to this. And look at our prison systems. Much respect to all my correctional officer boys in brown and boys and girls in brown, and to my law enforcement family in general. EMSs, or emergency medical services, you guys on the front lines, nurses, doctors, anybody in the healthcare system, anybody that works in a hospital, that is out on the streets patrolling, that is responding to emergencies, props to you, because you guys are on the front lines and exposed to it day in and day out, just like we all are, but you are just there on it all the time. There's floors that are strictly designated for the COVID-19 virus, and you've got nurses and doctors and CNAs and x-ray techs and you name it, anything that works in a hospital, they're there. Paramedics are going in these hospitals, police officers, corrections officers are going on hospital runs still. So it's a tough time, and it's just only going to get worse in a couple weeks, couple months to come. I mean, we're still peaking. If you go look at the world meter, we haven't even peaked yet. If you look at the algorithm, it's still continuing to climb. I mean, we're at 315,000 cases in the nation, and then worldwide we're at like 1,095,000, something crazy, and it's just continuing to go up. I mean, stay inside, people. If you don't need to be outside, stay inside, because you can be a carrier of that for 14 days and it just never activates. But you go over to your family's house or your friend's house or whatever, and you pass that on, and then what? Somebody gets sick and you might lose a family member or a friend. So if you don't have to be out, don't be out. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Use your common sense, people. A lot of you believers that think this is a bunch of bullshit, and the government, put this virus out there, and that doesn't even make sense to me. It really doesn't. Why would Trump do that if he's going to be reelected anyway? Trump wouldn't do that to him. And there's too many, this time and era, there's too many freaking snitches. You know what I mean? Somebody would have snitched on him already. It would already be, they'd already know. It'd be over. And we would never be able to recover from something like that. If somebody like our president is the one that released this virus, you know what I mean? That is the one that behind all of this. So I don't buy that for 1 second. You know what I mean? I really don't. These conspiracy theorists, I don't believe it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we see in life, and you don't believe it until you actually see it, right? So there's been some things that I'm like, no way, and then I ended up seeing it, and I believe it. But this particular virus, it's a virus. Bill Gates has been talking about it for years. I mean, he said we've put all of our money into our nuclear weapons. That's where all of our money went, not into healthcare. We were preparing for a nuclear war. He said what's going to get us is some type of flu-like virus, and it will become a pandemic, and it will spread throughout the world, and we won't have an antivirus to help recover you from this. And now we're there, and it's killing people. Just like in 1917, when that Spanish flu hit, they didn't know what to do, and it killed almost 100 million Americans. So 100 million people worldwide, really. So this is something similar, and this isn't going to be the first one, and then this will go away. There's going to be several more different strains of viruses that come. So pay attention, people, and get off that conspiracy train. Yeah, are there some conspiracies out there? Of course there is. Sure there is. But I remember when I told when my dad passed, and I remember before when we first put him on hospice, and I told him, if you can let me know that you're okay and you're in heaven, send me a sign, please. He died May 30th, 2015. It was a Saturday. I got the call at 7:15 in the morning. We had just left the hospice facility because I knew it was coming. It was 3 o'clock in the a.m. He was gasping for, I just couldn't be there. I get the call, and here we are, 2020, coming into May, and I still really haven't seen a sign. So I know my dad would give me some kind of sign to where I would know, yeah, he's there. He's in heaven, and I know he went there. So I don't know, but I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Anyway, I know I kind of rambled on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being loyal goons, and thanks for continued support. I actually got something from YouTube in my email saying that I'm now eligible for monetization. So I think I applied for it a long time ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, when I really thought I wanted to do a YouTube channel. And now I don't really know what the hell to do. So I don't know if they just automatically monetize you or what. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll send some kind of email. I think if I go live and there's some kind of like super chat, that means you're monetized. I don't know. But that's obviously not my goal here. Would it be nice to get some type of paycheck from YouTube? Of course it would be. Why wouldn't it be? That would be stupid for me to say no. But again, I will be coming to you again sometime this week, probably going live. I appreciate all you guys for your continued support. And I appreciate all the love and support from y'all. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm down about 25 pounds, almost 30 pounds probably. So I'm getting my summer bod back, y'all. Anyway, y'all take care. Stay safe out there. Peace.